my trip to Africa with Jimbo and Johnny.
I can't wait to get to South Africa. When we get there, I hope we see a giraffe. No, I hope we see it right after the first gorilla. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I can't wait to get to go to Cape Town and everything.
And indeed, it will be a vacation worth remembering, with many stops along the way. But first, they would start in Cape Town, South Africa. Oh my goodness, Cape Town is so cool. It has so many attractions that we can go to. Yes, it does. I'm so happy that we purchased this wonderful tour and that we can even go out on our own tonight.
Yes, that should be exciting. Well, do you know what we're doing?
Well, Jimbo, Cape Town really is a beautiful place, but our first stop is the Castle of Good Hope. It was built between 1666 and 1679 by the East India Trade Company as a replenishment station. Also, we have Camps Bay, perhaps South Africa's most famous beach. It really is a beautiful place with plenty of water and sea life to attract you. And we take an airlift up to Table Mountain. Table Mountain overlooks all of Cape Town, so you can see everything from up there. And of course, we went to the shark tours. We went diving with sharks. Cape Town has a large population of them, you know. Wow, that sure was better than the last time we went shark diving. That was terrifying. Guess we better keep going on to our next place. Yeah. Kalgoorlie is one of South Africa's biggest national parks. In fact, it is. It has all sorts of wildlife and geography, from rocky plains to even some forests. Let's take a look at some of those. Kalgoorlie has all sorts of crazy animals. As seen here, we have some gazelles, and also a honey badger, which will eat bees right out of the nest. They also have some lovely savannas, and you can even find the best sunsets there. Well, Kalgoorlie was pretty cool, but now we're on the Chobe National Park. Here we are at Chobe National Park in Botswana. It really is a beautiful place with all sorts of wildlife, like this eagle and this random snake I picked up off the ground. Really is a great place, and we'll show you some of the stuff we saw in our safari that we went on. First, we have the regal cheetah, which is the fastest animal on the planet, reaching speeds of up to 60 miles per hour. Next, we have the zebra. Did you know that no two zebras have the exact same stripes? They really are amazing creatures. Next, we have the king of the jungle, the lion, which is ironic because the lions don't even live in the jungle. They are the biggest cats on earth. Next, the great crane. It's a beautiful bird with lots of special feathers on top of its head, but only in certain seasons. The aardvark, one of Africa's most ironic creatures, half pig, half rabbit, but it really eats termites. A beautiful kabuli, very rare, wanted for their horns, but they are really amazing creatures. Next, the wonderful chimpanzee, really a beautiful creature that is much like man and uses tools in almost the same way. And finally, we have the warthog. It is also in The Lion King and will protect its young by running, kicking, and hitting with its horns. Sadly, many of Chobe's wonderful animals are disappearing these days because of poaching. Poachers kill because the animal may be worth something in a different country. Thankfully, it's now legal most places. Well, looks like it's time to get on to our next stop. I'll see you there, folks. Well, looks like we finally arrived at Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe. Really is a beautiful place. It is one of the largest waterfalls in the world. It has all sorts of crazy attractions which we can see pretty soon. So here we go. Well, that's right, folks. So I'll tell you that Victoria Falls is indeed one of the biggest waterfalls on Earth, if not the biggest. Now, what you're seeing here is a picture of a place called Devil's Pool. Devil's Pool is a little place where people can stand and look down at the actual waterfalls. Along with Devil's Pool is bungee jumping. You can bungee jump right next to the waterfall. Wow, Victoria Falls has so much things to do in it. Now we're gonna go up the Zambezi River to our next stop. Well, here we are at Cabral National Forest, and it would look like as if Jimbo is sleeping in a chimpanzee nest. Did you know that Cabral has many different kinds of primates, some which are extinct in other areas? Being in Uganda, Cabral is one of the biggest forests in the whole country. It's a very diverse community with all sorts of animals, including the regal chimpanzee and many other primates, which some cannot be found in any other places. They are interesting creatures who can have mood changes like this one is having now. We better get out of here. Let's go to our next stop, Nairobi. Here we are in Nairobi, Kenya. Nairobi is also the capital. As you can see, we are here with two very different people. One of them is Paul. He is extremely rich and can buy whatever he wants.
And the other one is Dave, and he's very, very poor and can barely afford anything at all. It really is quite sad, the differences that there is in Kenya, especially Nairobi. But let's continue to take a look at it.
Nairobi is a city right off the savannah. It is filled with many people some are extremely rich, have big houses and good jobs, often in a technology unit, but some are extremely poor and have to live in slums and fight every day to survive. Because Nairobi is right by the savannas, you'll often find many different creatures living there, including lions. Nairobi was nice, but we have to keep going. Let's go! Pew, 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 they're shooting popcorn at us. Oh no, this helicopter has stopped our senseless violence. Wow, Somalia are so cool. Can't believe we're here. Somalia is an interesting place because oftentimes there be huge wars between gangs. Because there's no real government, no one really stops these gangs. They'll be over which weapons they use or who wants to control the land. Even though Somalia is usually bad, there are some good parts. Shanghai Castle was a place where wealthy people would hang out and sit by the water before the government fell in Somalia. Beaches in Somalia are known for one of the best. They are great for snorkeling because they're surrounded by reefs from the Indian Ocean. They really are a nice place. Well, Somalia is fun, but we're now on to our final stop. Well, we just arrived in our final stop, Timbuktu, Mali. It really is a beautiful place, and it's over hundreds of years old. Here we have Brother Anthony, who is showing us one of those ancient scripts from the ancient times. It really is a cool thing to see all these old stuff. Let's take a look. Timbuktu has some very ancient structures, but one of them is the Gibraltar Mosque. It is made entirely of mud and is from 1327 BC. It has very ancient manuscripts which have things from ancient times. It is a great place to go if you want to learn about heritage of the Middle Eastern area. Well, folks, that's the end of our magnificent journey. I hope you enjoyed it all. Now, if you please look at this nice map which we prepared, which showed our entire way through Africa. And remember, kids, stay in school.
오빤 강남스타일 강남스타일 낮에는 따사로운 인간적인 여자 커피 한 잔 여자 그런 반전 있는 여자